Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about one of my new favorite singing games, and that is the song Agua de Limones, which is a traditional Hispanic song. It's been sung in quite a few different countries. I think it's usually attributed to Colombia, but it's kind of like widely spread, so not a good like country representation, but very good song. It has in it there is so, me, and la, and also quarter rest, eighth notes, and quarter note. So you could use this for quarter rest, or you could also use it for la. I am using it for la. We used it at the end of second grade last year, and we're pulling it back up with third grade because we like learned la, but we were online and we were hybrid, and so we're just kind of relearning la now. And it has been a huge hit with my third graders. They love it, and it's such a good song for the beginning of the school year as well. So if it's still close to the beginning of the school year, then you are like perfect timing. So for this song, again, it's called Agua de Limones, and I will sing it and then I'll go through the words a little bit slower so that you can hear them. I don't have the best Spanish pronunciation, so I do apologize if it's not perfect, but I will try my best. And this song goes, Agua de Limones, vamos a jugar, y el que quede solo, solo quedará. So the words are Agua de Limones, which means lemon water. Vamos a jugar, we're going to play. Y el que quede solo, and he who is left over, or he who is left solo, solo quedará. I'm not super familiar with the word quedará, but I believe it means is left out or something like that. So in this game, it is super fun. I have my kids walk around in a circle while we sing it, and then at the end they have to get in groups based on categories that someone calls out. So if you say shirt color, then you have to go find people who have your shirt color, and if anybody is left over, then that person would be out and they would be the new caller. So we did this at the beginning of the school year in like a no out version, and it was really great for the kids to, you know, actually talk to each other, because we started with things like shirt color and shoe color, and then we got more in depth with like favorite colors. So they actually have to go and talk to people and figure out what their favorite color is, or what kind of pets do you have, and so they have to go talk to people and figure out what kind of pets that they have, and things like that that really help the students to get to know each other a little bit better. And then I brought it back and we played it again, and we did play it with the out version, where if you didn't match anybody, you would be out. And so I usually would let them be out for just a couple of rounds, and then they come back and we just start over. So this song is really fun. I'm going to take you through kind of the process of how I teach it and use it for law and all of that good stuff. So we actually start with this one by just putting it on our bodies so that we can get used to the highs and lows, because I am using it to work on law. So it's we use our body signs first, because I haven't introduced the actual signs yet, which I will soon, because I like to leave that for third grade, because I feel like this is a bit much for like first graders. So we do Agua de Limones, vamos a jugar, and so on and so forth. This being so, your legs being me, and up here being la. So we go through it a few times, and then we like to play the game. I have found that playing the game kind of right off the bat makes that they like the song a lot, and it also means that they are more apt to start singing it because they're more excited, and they get to hear it a lot of different times, which is really helpful to get it in their brains, especially if it's in a different language. If it's in a different language, they need to hear it a lot of times to just get used to it, get used to the tune, get used to how it sounds, and it really just helps build up their knowledge of the song. So doing it while we play the game, it really helps the kids to, you know, hear it over and over and over. And usually the first time I'm singing it most of the times, and then once they've kind of gotten it, then they can come in and join me, and I usually invite them to join me, and then once they've really gotten it and I notice them singing more, then I will fade out and they will sing it by themselves. So I have a Google Slides. Actually, I have a whole lesson pack for this song that is on my TBT shop, so I will link it down below, and in it I have the directions of the game, and there's a slide where the kids can pick the category that we're going to use, and then there's also a slide. I'm going to make that not so bright so it will not totally do everything. And then what I actually do is we sing it, and there's like the slide with the song, and then the slide with a grouping, song, grouping, and there's a whole bunch of different ones so that it will take you quite a bit of time. After that, on a separate day, we will go through and we'll talk through where the placement is. And so usually up on the board, I'll just say like, okay, we have Agua. Did we go up or down? They're like, oh, you went down. I'm like, great. If I was gonna draw this on the board, I would put a dot here for the first one, and then which way would my next dot go? And they're like, oh, it goes down. I'm like, great. And so I'll do the next one down, and then we get to, you know, and then clean, they figure out, you know, that's up, and they can usually figure that out pretty good. And this one's really nice because it is a pattern. Every line is the same except for every other line has a rest at the end instead of two of the same notes. So that's also handy because they figure that out pretty quickly. Now, if I am going to use this to introduce law, then the next day I might have them use like counters or have them draw on a board all of the notation so they can figure out the highs and the lows and all of those things. This year I'm not using it to like present law, but we're using it in conjunction with the other songs that we're using for law so that we, you know, have more varieties and that we are going. So then I'll show them some slides when I actually would present it, if I was going to use this to present it, where there's a question mark where law is, and we talk through like, what is that part over the li for limones, and then we talk about how it's higher, it's a little bit higher than so. And then we name it law, talk about law versus so and how close they are, and look at it on the staff. We'll look at the hand signs. This is the point at which I do the hand signs. And then this is very important to me. Make sure that you have the kids read the song on the staff. Whether it's a 3-note staff or a full staff or however you're gonna do it, but have them actually look at the song and have them like point, or sometimes I give them a printout that they can point on, so they can get used to that. And that's kind of how we present law in that case. Now, after we presented law, there's a few other things we can do. So there is the game. I also like to pair this with the song Lemonade because it is a really fun song and it has that lemon theme, so they go together. It also has So Me and Law, which is like perfect, and it also has a really fun game, and so we like that. If you don't know that one, I'll see if I can find it and link it down below for you. I don't have anything on it, but it's a pretty common one. So that one's really fun. I also, my favorite thing to do is to pair this with my Lucky Lemons digital board game, which will have a printable version coming soon. I'm working on it. But right now we have the digital version, and so this is on Google Slides. And how I like to do it is I break the kids off into groups, and I'll put it up on the board. And so what you do is you roll the dice, and there's like a little dice video, and then each team moves however many that is. So if the first team got 3, they move 3. They click on that little dot, and then it will take them to a challenge. And so in these challenges, they have to either sing a pattern, they have to identify the notes in the pattern, or they have to, you know, fill in the missing notes or different things like that. And then if they get it right, then they get a lemon or 2 lemons, depending on which, you know, how hard it is really. And then it's the next group's turn. And so we do this all together first with like groups, and they love being in groups. They love competing against each other. And so that's a really fun way to, you know, get it through and have them like work together. It's also helpful if you have some kids that maybe aren't quite there yet, because they still are part of the discussion, but they, you know, have other people to help them out if they are struggling. So that's really handy. And then after we do it together, then I can break them into groups and they can do it themselves on the iPads, or when I have the printable version, then we shall do the printable version as well. So there is that. So those are 2 different options for that. Love Agua de Limones. This was a really short video, but really good song, super fun game. Loving it for the beginning of the school year. It's great for Hispanic Heritage Month. It's great all year round. Use it for law, use it with Lemonade, use it with the Lucky Lemons board game, and I will link all of the lesson pack down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.